You trust geometry. Lines meet, angles close, logic holds. But what if your eyes complete a shape that can't exist? Triangles twist, stairs rise forever, space folds into itself. This isn't fantasy, it's your brain. Every impossible shape you see is proof. Reality bends first inside your mind. You stare at a triangle that loops forever, yet closes perfectly. It feels solid, real, until you trace it. Each edge connects, but the mind refuses the truth. You've entered the first illusion. Geometry obeys the brain, not physics. Your brain hates fragments. When it sees broken lines, it seals them. This is Gestalt closure, the urge to finish what's incomplete. That's why you see triangles, circles, and cubes where none exist. The mind doesn't wait for evidence. It predicts truth to silence uncertainty. In the real world, closer means larger, shadow means depth. But in illusions, those cues collide. A stairway rises, yet loops back. Perspective, your most trusted guide, becomes a liar. You realize even space can't be trusted when the brain wants order more than truth. Every image is a construction site. Your neurons act like architects, filling in gaps before sight completes. You don't see with eyes, you infer with mind. Impossible shapes reveal the drafts behind perception, where imagination secretly rewrites reality. When separate lines move together, your brain binds them. It fuses fragments into one object. Psychologists call it perceptual binding. It's efficient but dangerous. In illusions, this shortcut becomes a trap. You perceive coherence in chaos, believing the impossible because it feels organized. Look again. The stairway rises endlessly, yet returns to its start. This is cognitive dissonance between sight and logic. You know it can't be real, but your vision insists. That silent tension is the price of perception, truth and illusion locked in one frame. Neuroscientists call it predictive coding. Your mind guesses what reality should look like, then edits the input to match. You don't see first, you assume first. Illusions expose the blueprint. Perception isn't passive reception, it's active imagination. A cube turns inside out, edges flipping, faces swapping. You try to fix it, but every correction births a new error. The shape isn't breaking physics, your model of space is. When sight and logic clash, the winner is always the pattern that feels stable. Your mind prefers false certainty over open confusion. So it completes, invents, adjusts, anything to preserve stability. Impossible shapes exist not to deceive, but to reveal. Comfort often outranks accuracy. Illusions show how truth bends under the weight of emotional need. Sometimes perspective flips. Foreground becomes background. Inside turns out. This inversion is your brain's depth ambiguity. It struggles to decide which plane owns reality. The switch feels instant, yet it's a battle inside your cortex. Two interpretations fighting for a single frame. You don't see, you believe. Each stroke, each shadow is filtered through assumption. Once you've decided what a line must be, the rest arranges itself. The impossible triangle persists because you refuse to unsee it. Belief is stickier than truth. Dots align, and your brain draws a shape. Stars form constellations, cracks form faces. This is apophenia, the addiction to meaning. In geometry, it builds order from randomness. In life, it invents patterns in chaos. The mind seeks design even when none was drawn. You follow the path, up, over, down, but never escape. The loop traps not your eyes, but your expectations. You seek completion. The shape denies it. The frustration isn't visual, it's cognitive. You've met your brain's mirror, logic folded against itself. Notice the silence when understanding arrives. Illusions fall apart quietly. The moment you see through the trick, there's no explosion, just calm. Awareness replaces astonishment. The paradox dissolves, leaving behind one truth. Reality was never broken. Perception simply misaligned. Impossible forms aren't mistakes, they're metaphors. They reflect how the mind operates, closing gaps, forcing fit, shaping comfort. Every paradoxical angle is a diagram of thought itself. You're not seeing errors in geometry, you're seeing blueprints of consciousness. Now, when lines defy reason, you don't panic. You observe. You've reclaimed authorship. Awareness shifts the experience from being fooled to seeing function. Each distortion becomes data, proof that vision is negotiation, not submission. Science confirms perception is 90% interpretation, 10% light. The eyes capture photons, the brain paints the world. Every shape is a mental construct, a best guess refined by habit. When geometry fails, it's not the world collapsing, but certainty giving way to truth. To doubt sight is to see deeper. Once you realize how flexible vision is, reality becomes participatory. You are co-creator, not spectator. The impossible becomes invitation, an experiment where awareness expands beyond belief. Look inward. Your thoughts also form shapes, beliefs, frames, patterns. Some align, others loop forever. Just as you unlearn false triangles, you can unsee false truths. The outer illusion mirrors the inner one. Return to the triangle. This time, it feels still. You see the contradiction, yet remain calm. Awareness didn't erase illusion, it integrated it. Light flows evenly now, cyan fading to white. The impossible is still there, but control has shifted from sight to self.